If you have a 9 series ATI card from the early 2000s, then you probably have this crappy cooler that ATI shipped out with all their cards and is responsible for the death of so many of these cards. At minimum, repaste and check the fan on these, but I would highly recommend replacing, like what I'm going to do. The pen length on this particular card is about 55 millimeters. I just got a generic one on eBay, and it is ugly, but it works. So if you don't remember from last week's episode, we built a Dream Machine from Maximum PC's September 2003 issue, the ABIT IC7 motherboard and a 3.2 gigahertz Pentium 4. And we paired that not with the 5900 Ultra, but a X800 XT Platinum Edition from Sapphire. In this article, they listed the 9800 Pro as a potential candidate for this build. And obviously I have one, so we're gonna test it. The X800 XT Platinum Edition in the right system would be much faster than 9800 Pro, but since we're so CPU limited, I'm curious to see what the results might be. And we're going to start off the benchmarks with Quake 2. It's one of the first soundtracks that came with the game. And if we look at the FPS results for 640 by 480 to 1024 by 768, we're almost getting the same results. It is until we hit 1600 by 1200 that we actually see a difference. We're still getting over 300 frames per second. Really good start with Quake 2.
Welcome to Quake 3 Arena.
Man, even with Quake 3, I was hoping for a more interesting result, but we're pretty much CPU limited, just like in Quake 2, until we hit 1600 by 1200. I'm still getting very playable frame rate in all resolutions, which is the most important thing. But yeah, here we are. After my guy's done screaming over here. Okay, I think he's done. Yeah, I don't think that was Prisoner 849 screaming in the background. I imagine he's just as shocked as I am about these benchmark results, because the 9800 Pro is leading the X800 XT in every resolution, and not only just by a little bit, by quite a bit. I mean, at 640 by 480 is leading at almost 50 frames per second, and even 1600 by 1200, where the X800 XT should significantly have the edge on the 9800 Pro, it doesn't. It actually is beating the X800 by almost 17 frames per second. Some would say the results are almost unreal. In the 3D Mark 99 with the standard benchmark, we get a very similar result for both cards, but with the X800 XT leading the charge. It isn't until 1600 by 1200 where we see the X800 pretty much take over this benchmark, leading by quite a bit. In the standard benchmark, the 9800 Pro is just barely losing to the X800 XT by less than 1,000 points, but bumping up to 1600 by 1200, that gap gets wide pretty quick, almost losing by 4,000 plus points. Man, the lobby scene in the 3D Mark 2001 SE benchmark is so awesome, and being able to see it like run the way it was supposed to be seen nowadays is just such an awesome thing. First time I ran this benchmark was with a Radeon DDR, and it did not look like this. Finally, we're seeing the X800 with its extra vertex and pixel shaders finally spank the crap out of the 9800 Pro right out the gate, with almost a 2300 point lead in the standard benchmark, and just over 4300 at 1600 by 1200. Alright, I hope you really enjoyed the comparison between the X800 and the 9800 Pro. I'm actually going to stick with the 9800 Pro in this system, and even though it's slower, in all the benchmarks that I played and the resolutions I'll be playing this particular machine at, I believe the 9800 Pro is going to be CPU limited anyway. And most importantly, the DVI function, or the DVI output, works on this, and I was able to get it to work without any issue at all. I still haven't figured out why the X800 Platinum Edition DVI, I can't get that to work with my scaler, but I may revisit that another time. But for now, I'm going to use this 9800 Pro for this system moving forward. The rest of this video is just showing the swapping of the stock heatsink fan, that piece of crap that killed so many of these cards. And I show the process that I took. I'm not saying that this is the way that it's supposed to be done, but this is the way I chose to do it. It seems to be working so far, so maybe that might help you if you decide to get this same heatsink fan. You can find them on eBay, and they go for anywhere between $10 to $15. And so far it seems to be working really good. So hopefully that helps you. If you have any memories with these cards, I'd love to hear them. Share it in the comments. Just like in all my episodes so far, I'm going to have Karl Casey with Whitebed Audio playing in the background. So shout out to him. Sit back, relax. See you on the next one. Peace.